Welcome to Accuracy Third. I'm Rex. Surprise intro.
Well, now we've both waited too long, so it's going to be one of us on top of the other.
I'm Beth.
And I'm D-Day.
We edit.
Well, you guys edit. I sort of think about editing for a while.
Well, I mean, you have done enough editing for the podcast, so it'll still be a while until I surpass you, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to answer our emails?
No.
Hey, anyone out there in listener land, you want to produce our podcast?
I could actually help answer emails. I could help a bit.
See, all you have to do is threaten Beth with getting volunteers into our business.
Actually, if you would take over the inbox, that would be like such a productive step.
Can
There are 2 emails a week you need to send a 3-sentence response to.
Can I take it over from now through the season and then you take it back while I'm working at school? And then I'll take it back when you get busy at the org?
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
I think that's fair.
Okay.
I will respond to 1 email every 2 weeks.
And I assume if there's emails that are just like for you guys, I can just email it to you.
Sure.
I mean,
I'll just text you about it and sort of vaguely describe it.
As of yet, I haven't gotten anything like specifically for Rex or D-Day come through. It's always like to us.
I delete those as they come in.
God damn you.
Yeah.
All the groupies I've been missing.
Yay. Groupies.
We have almost no groupies.
No. If you would like to
Let's change the subject about our group.
If you would like to be our groupie, we request that you try to be our friend instead. Because groupies are weird and friends are nice.
Yeah, we sleep with our friends. That's the thing about us.
That's a strong point.
I only sleep with my friends.
Yeah, I'm really comfortable with them.
Yeah.
It's amazing how I want to spend time with them. Them being my friends. Some of them, you know who you are. That was foreboding, right?
Yeah.
That's how you use foreboding.
That's one of the ways one might use the word foreboding. No, that didn't happen.
I'm just playing with it.
You're allowed. You're going to cut all this, right? Like down to really choppy bits that we can release all on their own.
I was thinking that we could start releasing the podcast in like 15-second to like minute and a half long chunks.
On TikTok?
Like,
TikTok.
No, the audio version of that Twitter video platform that went away before TikTok.
Vine?
Vine, yeah. I want to do audio vines.
I think those are just voice memos.
Oh, God, I hate those. Those are the worst. Why have you just texted me your voice?
Actually, I think we could really hit it off on TikTok if we just have each video be Dr. Worm with just the podcast on in the background.
Oh, my God, that is fucking brilliant. Let's do that.
There are so many hairless cat TikToks, and Dr. Worm is better than all of them. So I'm just saying.
I do have an exceptionally actively weird cat.
Yeah. The cat is very documentable.
Mm-hmm. He is a beautiful cat.
He's so full of love, and all he wants is blankets and your food right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about like why can't we social media these cats and
Initiative.
no, the answer is we don't have the lighting. I've been looking at all these social media critters and they're all ring lit.
I mean, we
all
can.
Pictures of our cats are like moody and dark.
It's
great,
because of the good lighting that I have in the living room.
Yes.
Do you have any idea how many dozens of white LED bulbs I have? Like, I used to run a fucking theater company. We have literally like somewhere between 40 and 65 bulbs in the shop.
I also think that all it really takes, though, is just you need to film him while he's trying to get food. Basically, that is to the heart and soul in the bath and trying to get food. This is what people want to watch Sphinx do. Also, you may have to get him a tiny ear shower cap.
Oh, he won't wear things on his head.
No, he's so sad when D-Day had this cute little mohawk that matched D-Day's mohawk, and the cat would not lift his head up from like the couch. He was so like, this is not okay, this thing on my head.
Yeah, I feel the same way about the mohawk that I paid for yesterday. This is not okay, this thing on my head.
Why?
You seen the back of my head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't go all the way down to the back? Is that your problem?
So I have this mohawk that I went to a barbershop salon in the Mission District to get my usual Latin haircut. Usual Latin haircut through the language barrier. And as you can tell, I don't English that well. So this is the lady who gave me my last haircut, which was very good, but I didn't have her give me a mohawk before. Oh. And I explained this mohawk to her. And then she started cutting up the sides of my head, and that was good. But then she started like fading that into the hair about an inch above my ears, which wasn't good. And after a couple minutes of that, I was just like, hey, can you like bring it in? I want like a strip, and I run my fingers down my head from my forehead to the nape of my neck with my fingers like 1 3/4 to 2 inches apart. And I go 2 inches. And I run my hand from my forehead to the back of my neck. And she then proceeds to cut my hair down to only 2 inches long.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah. Did you say the word?
I'm not done. I am. Yes. Many, many times.
Okay, good.
And then she cuts it down more, but she only brings like the hair to my temples. So I now have like a version of my first mohawk, which is the fishbone mohawk.
Yeah,
y'all remember the front man from Fishbone?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm cooler than that.
Well, you can look that up online. They were pretty good.
No, they weren't.
Fair.
But you're kind of rocking a diamond is what it is. It's like
it is like a high and tight that goes back a little bit too long, but I'm not done yet because then then she gets like the back of my mohawk right with this wide to my temples thing. And I say like from the taper, like from right here, just bring it straight up front in a line to my eyeballs. And we talk back and forth, and she's just like, you want it taper? And I was just like, yeah, keep it tapered. So she then takes the clippers and runs them from the back of my neck like, fucking up 4 inches. I don't know. I don't have a mohawk. I don't have a high and tight. I have wherever your hair ends in the back of your head between those two haircuts. Yeah, I am not pleased with it. But like at that point, she had fucked up. Like I'm thinking before this that I'm going to go to the other barber I've been to like a block and a half away, and I'll just pay this lady $30 and then I'll have him fix it. But she has now cut off the imperative back of my mohawk. And at that point, I'm kind of seething, but I am wearing my mask, so I don't think she can tell, and my eyes are neutral and glassy the way that they usually are when I'm dealing with a service. Yeah. That's what's going on with my hair.
You know what it is? It's like someone has put a Band-Aid of hair on the top of your head.
It feels pretty fashion. I have like a Brazilian on my goddamn head.
You really do have a Brazilian going on there.
What you've got is almost like a Mr. T.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it's true. That's what Mr. T's mohawk did.
Mr. T had the mohawk, which went back around the sides.
I know. That's why
ear.
I said almost.
That's not almost. It's less than a third.
From the front, it's a real similar effect. You never saw the like.
Honestly,
I'm wearing over-the-ear headphones. It's an optical illusion.
I've seen you like for the past couple of hours.
I walked in and saw you, and I was like, "Oh, cute! You got your mohawk back." And I did not notice at all that it did not go back to the back.
How is it going to grow in so I can have my regular mohawk for the summer? I thought it started now.
I understand your disappointment, but it's not a bad look.
No, it's not.
It's not too fash. It feels too fash.
No, dude.
It's a mohawk.
With your hair and your look, you're not like looking fash at all.
That fucking
don't
Trujillo is a fucking white supremacist somehow.
Yeah, lots of like there's shitty brown people all over the place, but like like your hair is a mohawk, and mohawks aren't fash.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't.
Like
I'm just saying, like, it makes me want to knock down a Proud Boy to prove I'm not a dude that
But
just
you
knocks
should
people
just
down
do
on
that
the street.
anyway.
my haircut when it's fresh is fashier than yours.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, but you have a much more genial face and disposition
It's true.
and affect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for fascists.
Neither of you have ever come off as fascist to me, despite your being male and white. You don't give off fashy vibes.
Is
Okay,
it
pipe down, Beth.
is it-
Stay in your place.
Beth? Is that because of the couple of Antifa actions we've done together? Is that like the clue that we're not fashy?
And our collection of Antifa action figures.
That would be the simplest thing to do. You just like we could just go to the flea market and buy all of those like trash Chinese factory knockoff action figures.
Put tape around their faces, paint the rest of them black, have them just these are our black bloc action figures.
Yep.
Black bloc boys and girls.
We could
Ladies.
even like go all out and stitch them little like black sweatsuits.
It's funny, but you're doing too much.
It's only funny because I do too much.
It is funny. That is funny. She's like also unpleasant.
We could probably find black sweatsuits for action figures off the shelf. Like they make everything in China. We went on Alibaba and like looked up action figure sweatsuits. We'd find them.
I was just thinking that we
The
like
case.
get a bunch of black nail polish and like put it because the figurines have the like shape to them, and then it's like painting figurines. Did you ever paint D&D or role playing characters?
No.
I made
See
model.
my handwriting. You
You got those big meat fingers. Yeah, this man can bend rebar with his hands, Beth.
It's
and I got the ADD. I got the like bad fine motor shit.
You have the other ADD, which isn't painting things with black nail polish, of which, Beth, I've got like at least 6 or 7 bottles in the attic. I buy my black nail polish in bulk. It's really expensive otherwise. You got to find the old discontinued stuff on eBay. Works great as enamel.
Okay, so like a little corner shelf there with a little squad of Antifa action figures on it.
No, I mean, but yeah.
Yeah.
should we do this thing?
Oh, we are doing this.
I mean, we are hanging out together with the mics on.
Yeah. Were you guys with me when I had the blue cheese and port together
Yes.
at Mysterio's?
Mm-hmm.
I solidly dislike blue cheese. It's one of the few cheeses that I
We're in such agreement.
don't like.
It's just not my cheese.
And similarly, I find port repulsive.
Port's pretty gross. I'll give you that.
I'm not a big wine fan, and you make wine like sticky and thick, and this is not making anything better. I was at Mysterio's one night at the end of a night. I'm pretty sure it was at the end of a night. It was definitely at the end of, oh God, I'm now actually remembering the context of that night. But it was at the end of the night.
Port has a bit of cum consistency.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Thick.
So we were dragging somebody back to camp, and Mysterio's was like our last stop, and they asked, do you want some port and Stilton? And I said, oh my God, no. I don't want either of those things, and I certainly don't want them together. Both those things are gross, but I don't even remember what convinced me to acquiesce to this proffer, but I did. I put both of these horrible things in my mouth, and together these two really disgusting things kind of taste like chocolate, which blew the top of my goddamn head off.
Well, it was exceptionally good port. And I don't believe it was blue cheese. I think it was Roquefort.
It was Stilton.
Is that not blue cheese?
It's a blue cheese.
It is a blue cheese, but it's not the
I don't like
generic
any of
blue
the
cheese
blue
people
cheese.
think of.
Yeah.
I
Yes, it was-
didn't until I had like an amazing like Roquefort pasta dish made at a super fancy place, and that blew my fucking mind.
I have a real like I know exactly where my limit is with that particular like spectrum of funk in a cheese. Like I can tolerate a really intense brie, and I can tolerate raclette. And both of them, like I really like them, but I'm tolerating how intensely funky they are. Like they're almost giving me a headache sometimes.
They burn.
And blue cheese is just too damn much. It's too much.
Word.
I also had a blue cheese out there that I was like, I didn't think I liked blue cheese, but this one was really good. And it was at that Cirque performance at the Man that wasn't very good.
Oh, I remember that cheese guy.
Yeah.
That guy had some great
Yeah, that
cheese.
guy had exceptional cheese.
That guy had exception. That guy.
I have never cared about Cirque du Soleil, but like I cared even less at Burning Man.
I mean, I loved when they came in and rehearsed on our stage. That was really cool. Going out there, I was like, now we're just standing around. But I'm like, oh, we're standing around at Burning Man. Literally, everyone is fun to talk to. And look, this very handsome man wearing very little clothing is offering me really nice cheese.
Such good cheese.
Yeah. That was lovely.
Besides my hair disappointment, I received my $120 Burning Man fancy super comfortable chair yesterday. Yeah. It's teal. It's got like 2.5, 3 inches of padding. It looks really sturdy. And if you sit in it, it falls right the fuck apart. And then once you package it up, they ask you to take a picture of how it's broken. And I'm like, nah, man, like, I can't open this package. You can totally not refund me the money when you get it back, but you give me the fucking label to send it back to you without a picture.
Did you order something off Instagram again?
No. The last thing I ordered off of Instagram was what turns out to be incredibly ugly pairs of pants. One of which showed up with a zipper, but without like a button. So I was like, oh, well, I'm going to have to fix these. And the other one has a button, but no zipper. And a lot of it like looks like it would be stitched together, but it's not. And I'm not sure if I want to reinforce all of those seams and make it into something or just like use it as rags, except I'm pretty sure it's too polyester to be used as rags.
You can use it as a chamois.
Yeah, so that's another disappointment, but I bought that like 2 years ago one drunken night during the pandemic.
Honestly, DJ, I feel like you're doing really good for how many life setbacks you've been running into recently.
I'm sorry. I compartmentalize far too well to know what setbacks you might be referring to. Have I been having setbacks?
Oh, the garage door.
Oh,
And
that's work stuff. They pay me for that.
you don't.
And they give me raises because I don't complain.
Oh, that's so sweet that you don't think of work setbacks as actual life setbacks.
No, that's not my shit.
They make me so anxious and struggly.
So when I moved to the Bay Area and had to do therapy at work because we worked with fucked up kids and like a part of our regular weekly meeting schedule was like an hour and a half or 2 hours of group therapy.
Right, because the thing you're doing is incredibly difficult emotionally.
Yeah, but
That's
I didn't.
actually cool. That's a part of it.
Like now, having been here for like nearly 20 years and understanding that I have a whole bevy of emotions and I can experience them if I just know what they are and pay attention to what my mind and my body does.
Yeah.
Back then, it wasn't useful to me, and I didn't have a lot to say at Circle to the point where I was called out. And
We're not saying enough.
for like not having shared my experience or how I dealt with the not constant, but occasionally constant assaults and like restraints that we would have to do and things like that. And I was just like, well, it's like that's like that's work stuff. I don't know. Like I'm not emotionally invested in like what is happening at work. I was taught that like you go to work, it's miserable, and you go to work so that you can have the money to have your life outside of work. Like it sucks when we get hurt and when the kids are miserable, but I don't know.
Yeah,
like, you guys are fine.
I don't know. I think it's part of this reality where we're supposed to entirely make the meaning of our lives out of work, on top of them being the things that support us to live.
Work helps me learn things that are good for the stuff that I do outside of work.
That's the bullshit lie that they've sold us when they broke the Fordian compromise.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like when you do the work that really is fundamental with, like working with fucked up kids or like working in shit that you love, that's when it's really even more exploitative because they have such an emotional screwdriver to your head. It's like you're doing good. The work you're doing is important.
In upstate New York, my first 3 years of working with kids in treatment facilities, I was paid $11.75 an hour to do constant supervision of like 12 to 15 kids, to counsel them, to restrain them, to help feed them and put them to bed and care for them like all day on weekends. And like when they were at school during the week, like you're doing chores and like housework around for them.
Bro, that's great. You get up and you grind that every day. You could have like a solid 4 Bitcoins in your wallet after 12 months. You spin that off into the right ape NFTs, you're going to be slurping up the Satoshis by like 4 years in. And then you're going to be laughing at the people below you who didn't get into the Bored Apes.
It's like upsetting to me how believable that sounds in your voice.
I have no idea what just happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Have you listened to the more recent citations needed? I think they cover it quite thoroughly.
Yeah, but I didn't follow Rex's buzzwords or anything. It was just like an affectation of static.
It's fine. NFTs will only be funny for like the year that this podcast comes out and like the 18 months following before the server farms all spontaneously combust.
Have you guys been hearing those ads of like get onto Bitcoin farming? Like you can they've been on fucking like Spotify. It's like not
I don't Spotify. I need your login, but I don't.
Oh, let me get you that.
Great. I'd like something to happen when I accidentally hit the Spotify button on my PS5 remote by accident.
So it's not actually on Spotify because I pay for it, but it's probably on iHeartRadio because they insert
I think
it.
you're in a different demographic slice than I am. We definitely get different ad feeds.
Is fucking wild. It's like, hey, do you have a computer? Would you like to take all the risk out of Bitcoin mining? Like, you can just pay to have some Bitcoin mined, or you can mine it yourself. Like, this is a safe and secure way for you to do Bitcoin mining.
What a fucking sucker's game.
It's
So-
on the it's advertised. It's wild.
Listeners, if you're listening to this and you think you can ever do well in crypto and you aren't scamming everyone you know with crypto, you're being scammed. Thank you.
So I have fucked with my ad feed so seriously that the only place I get like even close to general market ads is on YouTube. Besides the fact that I skip past like almost all ads in podcasts unless I'm like actively building something or ever on meat on my hands and can't skip forward on it.
Bike riding. That's when I listen to ads on my podcast.
That's smart.
yeah.
The only ads I'm getting on podcasts are ads for other podcasts.
Yeah,
now.
that's almost all I get.
When I'm on Twitter and occasionally on Facebook and ads come into my feed, I just mark that like they're inappropriate or somehow conflict with terms of service or I don't like this or it's offensive for almost everything I get, to the point where I've discovered that like after I have said no to like 23 to 28 consecutive ads on Twitter, it removes that option for me.
Bottomed out the nose.
Yeah.
No.
But like I have cycled through a lot of different ad packages, I can tell. I went through a big craft one at one point. Was
Like-
getting a lot of glues and like
I thought you were getting a lot of like macaroni and cheese.
well, there aren't a lot of ads for the sorts of craft pseudo construction things that I get from craft places.
Yeah, you already know where to get rivets and grommets
Well,
or rings.
yeah, but like getting the grommet tools is cheaper from a place like Michael's than from eBay. Like what I need is bulk materials from eBay or McMaster's or other places like that, but or zippers. But what I get ads for are like scissors that have like very interesting, intricate patterns on the blades.
Right, because McMaster's isn't paying for social media ads.
Right.
Only shitty dropship factories in China are paying for social media ads. You could buy a 7XL. It's still not going to fit you.
I have to pee.
You should pee. You should pee, then we'll wrap up with some truly fun content.
Truly fun content right off of D-Day's phone. Gonna be singing through this entire episode.
Oh, that's a lot. Hi, Beth. Did you pee like right outside the door?
No, over
Oh,
there,
great.
But then I peed down my leg a lot. Like accidentally.
No, that's fine. Like I won't leave that in the burn barrel, but I will put that at the end of the 2 episodes that we just recorded ins and outs for.
Fine.
You missed us waxing poetic about the masterwork of Mr. Brendan Smalls. I am a Brendan Small stan and will support anything the man chooses to do.
Well, what he's going to do is just a little bit more Metalocalypse for Adult Swim.
Good on him.
Yeah, and a new album, I believe, is coming out. And
And then some more home movies.
I hope not. I was lukewarm on
want a little
on
bit more
home movies.
vision. Really? I loved home movies.
There's something like I enjoyed it. I don't think that it has the lasting amusement that I get from Frisky Dingo every time I rewatch Frisky Dingo or C-Lab. Like I understand that it is more universally watchable than those things, and I'll certainly show it to my kid. But like I don't need to watch it again before then.
It's also improvised in a way that we didn't see again really until like Rick and Morty.
It's of the Dr. Katz era of improvisation, and I kind of fucking hate that.
I mean, sure, there's a through line there. Both the squiggle vision, the improv. I don't know. I liked it a lot. You had some content. Give me the content. Boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, bibbidi, boop, 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 ba-doop, boop, boop. Burner mailbag.
Shit, yeah.
The worst.
Dig a dig dag dag dag.
Like each one is the worst one yet.
Yeah.
And I get to it by thinking like, oh fuck, I'm supposed to do the Burner Mailbag song. And then going like, I have no idea what the Burner Mailbag song is.
You always go for
and then like waiting 2 or 3 seconds, and I'll leave all of that in here. I won't have to cut it out. And I panic the way that I panic when a waiter comes over, and I know what I'm going to order, but then I order something that I decided I didn't want like 3 selections ago. Okay, we have 2 messages from our listeners of the Patreon variety, and we have one very long, extensive, entirely beautiful and well appreciated email from a gentleman who emailed us directly into our email box, who would like,
as you all should,
as everyone should,
accuracy3rd@gmail.com.
and I have anonymized all of our listeners who have emailed us. So, Rex, you can choose right now between reading Patreon Matt or Mr. Two Hard's messages to us.
Is Mr. Two Hard's the email?
Yes.
Well, give me that one.
All right.
Hey, D-Day Beth and Rex. I found your show sometime last month when I was looking for a new podcast to listen to at work. After bouncing around a few different shows, I found a mention of Accuracy Third on a Reddit as a podcast worth listening to. Hey, thanks, Reddit. I couldn't be happier about having finally found you. Since just last month or so, I have nearly caught up and am currently on Season 1 Redux Part 2. Beth, you're a treat to listen to and remind me very much of my friends back in Portland. Your comments about your desire to make a podcast because you enjoy the feels of making art with friends really spoke to me, and I've always appreciated your dedication to the art form. I listen to podcasts daily to keep me from losing my mind at work, and I keep coming back to Accuracy Third, so you're clearly doing something right. Rex, that's me. You're always good for an interstitial comment, and you guide the interviews wonderfully. Thank you. I find your voice smooth and easy to listen to, and really appreciate the way you talk about your team and all the work you've done over the years. Truthfully, I've not spent a ton of time in Center Camp, and never had a drink from the cafe, but listening to you has made Center Camp feel that much more approachable. I'm really looking forward to the next time I get to enjoy that space again, thanks to you. Oh, thank you. And don't have to worry about that coffee thing anymore.
We can
right?
experience it all again for the first time.
D-Day, that's you. I'm really thankful to be able to laugh at your stories and sense of humor. The conversations you have with your guests have really opened my eyes to the possibility of volunteering for the event and how to go about it. I also really love your punchy attitude. Punchy.
Don't encourage him.
It's something I'm tamping down no matter how much some people like it.
I know when I hear you getting animated and excited that I'm in for something interesting and worthwhile. As a fair to middling long-time burner, it does my heart and my mind good to have your show to keep me company while I work and go to school. One of these days, I'd love to share some stories and drinks with you all. Fond regards, Mr. Too Hard.
Thank you, Mr. Too Hard.
Thank you, Mr. Too Hard.
You are welcome to come over and bring us drinks anytime.
Any
Except when my son is awake. Thank you. This is, God, I was going to say swell, but like,
This is hunky
as a newly 43-year-old man, I feel
Freshly 43.
Thank you, Beth. I feel like I shouldn't say swell.
43
But still,
years young.
what a swell message to receive from Jake von Patreon.
Jake Fun Patreon.
Yes, Jake Fun Patreon says, I'm working my way through every single podcast from the beginning, and I've just reached one where Beth describes her voice as like a shiv. And I must say that I disagree mightily. Beth, you have a warm, engaging, sexy voice that I would be happy to hear more of.
Yeah.
Hope to see y'all in the dust in 2023. Heart emoji.
2023 couldn't make it this year, huh? Guess doesn't love us that much.
Oh, that has nothing to do with us. That has to do with the state of literally everything.
Negative. Listeners, if you've developed a parasocial bond with us and you have not gotten yourself a ticket yet so that you can come and visit us,
Get in touch
our
with Rex.
listener
He's got an in.
appreciation party. Stop it. Wednesday.
No,
August
fuck that.
31st, 2 p.m.
That was a fucking genuine laugh from Beth. All of her laughs are fake except that one that just
Hey.
happened.
My laughs are mostly just projecting a little bit.
Projections like ghosts from the ether.
Ghosts?
Patreon Matt. Well, I'd like to say thank you for all your awesome shit you three have done. God.
Okay, you can try that again. You want me to make it bigger? There's probably some way to make it bigger.
It's not the size. It's
there
just stoned.
Okay, well, just one word at a time. Or like Rex or I can do it.
Well, I'd like to say thank you for all your awesome shit you three have done! Exclamation point. I started listening in late 2019 after the burn, parentheses Camp Envy, and was listening to get in the spirit for going in 2020. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a personal thing.
Sorry.
As I only went in 2017 and started going to Lakes of Fire in the meantime. So thank you for helping me mentally survive the great COVID experience. I figured I would subscribe once some more interviews started coming along and I was more financially stable. So I figured I'd get Netflix and Disney Plus for free and have no other subscriptions. So you, Ms. Well, take my money.
You might as well.
It's you
Yeah. But you say might as well.
might as well take
Is there at least like a fry meeting?
Just because you're a teacher doesn't mean you should do it now.
Shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money.
take my money. That would
No.
most likely go.
But say it good so I can cut all of this out
Okay,
and put a good read.
fair.
No. We should just move on.
I figured I would subscribe once some more interviews started coming along and I was more financially stable. So I figured I get Netflix and Disney Plus for free and have no other subscription. So might as well, you guys might as well take my money. That would most likely go to the companies that give me less entertainment.
Aw.
Anyways, cheers and hope you guys have a solid future 2020 burn. Also in 2022 burn, I'll definitely be volunteering. Just not sure where or what yet. Love it. But it's definitely because of your podcast. Come in your eye emoji.
Yeah, I'm not good at reading emojis.
Yeah.
But you know the one I mean. And I guess like he's yellow because there's a cum in his eye. I don't know. God,
All
emojis are
emojis are
stupid.
yellow. They're from the Lego universe, which is also the
Fine,
Simpsons
I approve.
universe.
And Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have another thing, D-Day, or did we cover all your?
I think that's plenty. Y'all got anything to say?
No, thank you.
Accuracy
welcome.
Third is produced by Accuracy Third. Please reach out to us at accuracy3rd@gmail.com if you would like to participate in our podcast by either sharing your stories with us here in the Shedio or over the internets. We do that too. We want to hear how Burning Man has been for you and share that knowledge with the people.
We're on social media. We have merch on TeePublic. We've got a website and an email address. And the music in this episode was by someone super good. and you can figure out who in the show notes.
Beth has solid embouchure.
That's the bugle I have because I'm not allowed to bring a starter pistol to Burning Man anymore. Burning Man, a bunch of bullshit.
We have a pretty cool YouTube channel where our good buddy Kubrick has made some pretty freaking cool videos to go along with our episodes. Find us there. Share it with your friends who prefer YouTube over podcasts because there's tribes in this world and, we cross over, but we don't share.
And we also have a super cool other podcast that I'm really proud of called the Fun Killer Chronicle. And every week or so, I'm going to shame my co-host in getting their shit together because, I am literally done with the summary of the second novel.
No, I know. I need to sit down and read
The second novel.
I
finished the second novel months ago.
Not in any way that helps us finish the last recording for the first novel.
I'm pretty much ready to go.
Uh-huh.
I see where the shame is pointed, and I'd like to say I see that, and I appreciate you guys as my collaborators for not haranguing.
2 weeks.
All right.
We got to do it by June. It's already been over a year since the last episode. And it doesn't matter because ultimately, it just exists on the internet.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter until we develop an audience.
But no more fucking talking about what we do when we're done with the King Killer Chronicle.
Okay. I'm on it. I swear, I'm sorry.
Yeah, nobody has to apologize for anything. I am actively producing a podcast, and so is Rex for that matter. And yet.
2? I'm actively producing 2.
Yeah. Valid.
Are we done?
Oh, yeah, I took my headphones off. That is the universal symbol of...
I'm done with this.
I have had to pee for moments.
You go pee.
We love you, listeners. Come see us at Wednesday, 2 o'clock at Center Camp. Please don't be creepy. Bring your own booze. We'll have a little to share. And there'll be Redditors. It's gonna be weird. Burning Man 2022. I fucking warned you all I'd be singing through this whole goddamn thing. Fuck you, D-Day, and stop. Burner mailbag.
Shit, yeah.